Hello, I'm going to do a little different thing today. Talk about machine-made whiskey flasks from Canada, namely the Dominion Glass Works. Dominion was a major glass producer in the mid to 19th and early 20th centuries. They're still in business today in various forms, consolidated hundreds of other, well, dozens of other Canadian glass companies. Dominion was also at one point known as Diamond Glass Works. Now we're going to talk about how we can distinguish these bottles and how old they are. Let's start out with a very famous bottle which a lot of people may own. This version here is a good one. It is the Spider and the Fly. You can see it's a snap cork. It has a patent date on the bottom, but there is no D in a diamond, which would signify Dominion Glass Works. So it may have been made while this was Diamond or early Dominion, before they started putting their logo on. So that's a really nice bottle. The Spider you can see pretty well on there. It's an amber bottle. The next interesting bottle I find is there's hundreds of these different forms. They just produced all kinds for the export market back in the 1920s. From 1920 to about 1934. We see the majority of these bottles brought into the United States. And so to capture the American market, they used all kinds of symbols and catch phrases to get people to buy their whiskey, which pretty much was all the same stuff, really. Here's another interesting bottle. It's a cork flask, and it's Coon Hollow whiskey. Now this one says Coon Hollow. Another bottle probably made, you see it has a sort of a weird mark in the back for there's a little raccoon picture on there. See this right? So Coon Hollow was probably put out just before they were told by the government that they had to put the company, the glass maker, and the origin of the bottle on there. Here is another nice one, Silver Dollar Rye Whiskey, and this also is an early one, probably before they were told that they had to put their logo on it, and you got the Silver Dollar on that one. Now when we come over to bottles that were produced after the demand for the logo was put on, here we have Warner Company. This might be a little before that, and you have a sugar mill and a man with oxen. That's an interesting bottle right there. But when we get to a very common of the bottles, Lincoln Inn, you will see the Dominion Glass Work symbol with the Owens scar on it. So this is after 1928, or about around that time, when they were demanding to put the origin of the bottle and the company, and this is what they did. That's one good example. Very common of this style. Here's another one. Let's see. Here's one that's my favorite. Hopefully we'll be able to see this. I'll put it in the glass. This is a Golden Wedding, and it's Carnival glass. But if you look at it from this angle, you'll see it has it must have had a pyro glaze on it, and there's a faint ghost picture of the company and a little picture of two guys drinking. This is a very rare one. You can see it's a Tapler for Tappled November 1924. So there's no Dominion on that one, but it probably was made in Canada. It has one of those no refillable prohibition. So this is one of my favorites, Golden Wedding. That was a very common company back then. Another one that has the same no refill is the Laird's, New Jersey Applejack Company, and this is probably made for the trade back in the 1920s, and it's American bottle for sure. Here's an odd one. You don't see too many with just a star design, and this has Past Eastern Limited with the D on it. You can see that. Definitely a bottle made after 1928. So all these bottles that you see with Dominion, Diamond Glass, whatever way you want to put it, Diamond Glass didn't last too long. They were consolidated and turned back into Dominion around about 1914. But the Dominion Glass Company goes all the way back to 1884 or something of that nature. Here's that bottle with the Dominion, with the American Pure Rye Whiskey. So here's a collection of bottles that not many people, they overlook them actually, because being machine made by the hundreds, and so many people just don't appreciate them. But I think they're great because of the variety, the artwork on them. They were all a pretty popular bottles back then. Here's another one that's pretty, one of my favorites is has a rooster on it. I don't know if you can see that. Chicken cock pure rye whiskey, and it has a chicken wire. So they came in all kinds of colors. Well, they came in all kinds of designs. Colors were limited to what they could afford. So there you have my small collection. I have others there. They're pretty much the same, and I still have others hidden around here and there. But these are some of the variety that you might come up with if you're looking in 1920s era dumps, because they were popular back then. There you go, the Dominion Glassworks whiskey flasks from 1920 to roughly, well, probably 1918 actually, to 1933 or so. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.